morning, my awesome artists. I hope today's been a great day already for you. So my lesson today is Mrs. Spider's Tea Party, written by David Kirk. And as you're watching this video, don't forget that I'm always going to put a little author tag and a link to his website or her website when you see these. So let's see what happens at the tea party. One lonely spider sipped her tea while gazing at the sky. She watched the insects on the leaves and many flying by. If I had friends like these, she sighed, who'd stay a while with me, I'd sit them down on silken chairs and serve them cakes and tea. Two timid beetles, Ike and May, kept from the woodwork that same day. But when Miss Spider begged, "Please stay," they shrieked, "Oh no!" and they dashed away. Oh, poor Miss Spider. 3 fireflies flew inside that night, their spirits high, their tails alight. They spied the web and squeaked in fear, "We'd better get away from here." The little trio did not feel they'd care to be a spider's meal. And how is a spider different than a firefly? Is there another name for a firefly? 4 bumblebees buzzed by outside. "Please come to tea," Miss Spider cried. The 4 ignored her swaying there. She waved a tea towel in the air. She took a cup and tapped the glass, and one bee spoke to her at last. "We would be fools to take our tea with anyone so spidery." So what insects have we seen so far? And how are insects different than Miss Spider? She's an arachnid. So how's an arachnid different than insects? Within the shadows of the room, just peeking from behind a broom, 5 grinning faces bobbed and peered. Miss Spider smiled, her heart was cheered. Descending for a closer look, she danced into the gloomy nook, but sadly found those jolly mugs belonged, alas, to rubber bugs. Look, she was all excited, and they're fake rubber bugs. Some ants strode in, they numbered 6, but ants with spiders they will not mix. She brewed them tea from hips of roses, and the proud platoon turned up their noses. A fine bouquet concealed its prize of 7 dainty butterflies. Miss Spider, watching from the wall, was not aware of them at all. Look at those little pretty butterflies. The tea table was set for 8, with saucers, cups, and silver plate. The cakes were fresh, the service gleamed, yet no one would arrive, it seemed. Her company, in no demand, left her cup for every hand. Poor Miss Spider's all alone. No one showed up to be at her party with her. 9 spotted moths kept safe and warm in shelter from a thunderstorm. They stood beneath an open sash and watched the jagged lightning flash. Miss Spider dropped down on a thread, a silver tray above her head. She'd hoped to please them, but instead... they flew away in mortal dread. What does that mean? What does mortal dread mean? It means they were scared she was going to eat them. That's what was wrong. "They've left me all alone," she cried. She dabbed her eyes and sadly sighed. "It's plain no bug will ever stay." Her tears splashed down upon the tray. Poor Miss Spider. 10 tiny steaming cups of tea were perched atop her trembling knee. She sipped and sobbed, then heard a cough, and turned to see a small wet moth, a fragile thing so soaked by rain, his wings too damp to fly again. Oh no. What do you think that moth is thinking right now? She smiled and took a checkered cloth to cloak the frail and thankful moth. They talked and snacked on tea and pie until his tiny wings were dry. Then lifting him with tender care, she tossed him gently in the air. Do you think that's what she thought was going to happen? Do you think that little moth thought that she was going to take care of him? Or that she was going to eat him? The moth told Ike, then Ike told May, who went from bug to bug to say, there is no reason for alarm. She's never meant us any harm. So later on that afternoon, assembled in the dining room, 11 insects came to tea to share Miss Spider's courtesy. Look at how happy she is with all her friends at the tea party. 12 tender violets in a vase presented at Miss Spider's place. Set by her chair so neatly spun, she munched the blossoms one by one. Her friends were glad to watch her feast upon the floral centerpiece. It was a great relief to see she ate just flowers and drank just tea. Miss Spider's reputation grew. Before too long our hostess knew each bug who hopped or crawled or flew, and all their lovely children too. So, did this turn out the way the other insects thought it would? I don't think it did. Instead, now Miss Spider is friends with lots of people. So there's several lessons that go along with this one. So I'm going to work on those today and upload them as I get them done. Have a great day. Okay, so the first lesson we're going to do today is we're going to make a teapot for Miss Spider's teapot lesson. So we're going to find a large circle object. In my case, I found this big lid. And I'm going to draw with my Sharpie again so you can see what I'm doing. And we're just going to go all the way around. Super simple. Okay? Then we're going to make a curved line halfway. Make sure it's curved so that our object looks three-dimensional. We don't want to draw anything flat. Down here on the bottom, we're going to put two curved lines like that. And then we're going to curve underneath of them. So that's the base of our teapot. We're going to come over here on this side and we're going to put our handle. To do our handle, we're going to do this weird ear-looking shape. We're going to do two lines just like that. So 1, 2. Then on top, we're going to put a little half circle rainbow shape. And if you want, you can put a line underneath of it also. So if on this side we have a handle to our teapot, on the other side we need our snout, right? So we're going to come up and out. And then on the end we're going to put an oval. And then we're going to come back and just curve it in. And there's our teapot. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put another split right here. So now there's 3 levels to my teapot. My teapot has a bottom, middle, and a top. Now this is a great still life. Remember, a still life is a picture of something that cannot move on its own. But it's kind of boring. We just have a teapot. Let's put our teapot on the table. So to do that, we're going to come to the middle of our pot just about. We're going to put a line. We're going to come to the other side. We're going to eyeball it. Try to make it kind of even. Oh, my table's all whacked out. Oh well. So now my teapot's sitting on a table with the wall behind it. So I'm going to put a pattern on my wall behind. I'm going to put vertical stripes. You could put zigzag stripes, diagonal stripes. If you want to spend a lot of time, you can do checkerboard stripes. You decide. All right. And then on the bottom, I want to have a different kind of pattern. So I think I'm going to put diagonal stripes because I don't want my pot to look like it's falling off. So I'm going to put diagonal stripes on the tablecloth. And then might as well put a pattern on our pot, right? So you could put flowers. I'm going to put curved lines down here on the foot of our teapot, just so it looks more three-dimensional. And I'm going to put curved lines on the handle and on the spout, and I think I'm going to do it on the lid too. And then in the middle, I think I'm going to put polka dots. We all know Miss Friend likes some patterns, don't we? So, now, I shared our pattern sheets before. You could do any kind of patterns you want. And if you didn't want to do patterns, we're not at school, so you don't have to do patterns. I like doing patterns. We all know that. And I think I'm going to put the opposite of this down here. So, there we go. There's Mrs. Spider's teapot. If you stay tuned, I'm going to draw her teacup next.